So imagine saying that somebody who can sing or somebody who can write or somebody who can play equipment, but he doesn't like mathematics, he doesn't like to speak, or he doesn't speak good English, or he doesn't speak well, is not intelligent. It is very criminal and uncalled for to label a child deficient or to label a child unintelligent because he cannot perform at the optimal level of other intelligences, whereas he's good in this particular area. Hello, it's a fabulous day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sam Ore, and I'm your host on this podcast where we talk about purpose, because a life without a purpose is a meaningless one. It's just an experiment. Dr. Myles Munroe said that before he went to be with the Lord, and I totally agree with him. So that is why we want to live a purposeful life. And if you have not, listened or watched, the previous episodes on the subject of purpose, I want to encourage you to do so, because we dealt with the fundamentals and the dichotomy between purpose and gift and all of that, and of course the anatomy of purpose into details. And so in the last episode, we were talking about the four stages of competence when it comes to your gifts, your talents, your abilities, and your skills. And I said, if you remember, if you watched it or if you were there, that there is nothing that you will ever desire that is not already given to you if you are a human being. I suppose you are, that's why you're watching this. So everything you ever need to do, what God has called you to do, fulfill your purpose in life, has been given. We are only helping you to discover it, develop it, and deploy it. That is our 3D course model, okay? So today, I want to show you how super intelligent you are. And I'm going to be showing us in this podcast why it is wrong to say somebody is not intelligent or somebody is super intelligent, because every human being is intelligent. It's just that our definition of intelligence is warped because of culture and because of programming. You look at somebody and say, oh, it's not intelligent enough because it doesn't have some competence or some types of understanding in a particular area. And so we bombard people with all kinds of knowledge in order to make them sound intelligent. And that is, information overload, okay? So information overload is defined as stress induced by reception of more information than is necessary to make a decision. I believe in reading wide. I believe in, in going for knowledge as much as you can. But the truth of the matter is, you have to understand that you need to zero in on your core, or your core gifts and talents or abilities, and look for relevant information in those areas of your core gifts with which to fulfill your purpose in life. For instance, if you know that you are already called a particular area, so why don't you even want to go to school, you want to go to college or university, for instance, then just make sure that you read a course or you study a discipline, as the case may be, that is relevant to what your main core gifts are. That way, you are shortening the learning curve and you actually enjoy what you're doing. Then you love what you're doing, and you're probably going to accelerate your success better than trying to get into areas that are completely irrelevant to your life objective or calling. And so, again, we have this what is known as the theory of multiple intelligences. I don't want to go academics, but scholars and scientists have said that there are 7 or 8 types of intelligence. Number one is linguistic intelligence. Write it down. If you are taking note, linguistic intelligence. These are people who are word smart. In other words, they have ways with communication. They can write effectively, they can communicate, they can speak effectively, or do both effectively. In fact, there are some professions that will come from this particular area of intelligence. Journalists, broadcaster, preachers, you know, politicians, or those who have to do with words. They will come from this particular area. Poets, playwrights, artists. You know, so I mean, all the writers that the world has ever produced will come from linguistic intelligence. So it's going to therefore be erroneous to say, well, the only thing he knows how to do is speaking, talking. He's sanguine. He talks too much. He's garrulous. He's a talkative. But this guy has ways with words. That is called gift. Okay? Called gift or talent, as it were, or his ability that is God-given. He didn't create himself. He was created by the Maker, who gave him the ability. And you can tell from childhood that there are some children that from when you were children, you can tell that this boy or this girl is going to be a good communicator, either writing or in speaking, or both. So if you're one of those, then you are linguistically talented. Okay. The other one is logical or mathematical intelligence. This is, the ability to calculate, the ability to put numbers together, the capacity to analyze problems logically, carry out mathematical operations, and investigate issues scientifically. I mean, doctors, accountants, scientists, mathematicians, or those who deal with numbers in general, CFOs of companies, chief financial operations officers chief financial officers of companies or conglomerates will fall into this category. They are just good with numbers. When some other people are trying to bring in their calculators or trying to rack their brains around numbers, they already have an idea of what this is all about. So parents, it's good for you to listen to this also, because that will help you to help your children if they're displaying any of this intelligence, instead of saying, oh, I want you to be able to speak very well. You're such an idiot. You don't know how to speak. But she knows mathematics, or he understands mathematics. He likes mathematics, and so on and so forth. Very, very, very important. Then the third one is musical intelligence. Musical intelligence. This is the capacity or the ability to compose, perform, or appreciate music. This could also intertwine with linguistic intelligence, because songs have to be written first. The lyrics have to make sense and all of that. Now, so there's an intertwining of the linguistic intelligence and musical intelligence. In fact, there are overlaps in some of them, which I'm going to talk about later. Musical intelligence. While some people know how to play certain equipments, but they cannot sing, that is still part of linguistic intelligence. Some can do both. In fact, there are some who cannot play any equipment, musical equipment. They cannot sing, they cannot write, but they have musical ear. They know when the choir is singing out of tune. They know when the music is not properly arranged. They know when there is cacophony, when there's no symphony, when there is no harmony. So people like that also can be said to be linguistically intelligent. You see, we have talked about three already. We talked about linguistic intelligence. We talked about mathematical or logical intelligence. Now we are talking about musical intelligence. So imagine saying that somebody who can sing, or somebody who can write, or somebody who can play equipment, but he doesn't like mathematics, he doesn't like to speak, or he doesn't speak good English, or he doesn't speak well, is not intelligent. Now that is the error, and most parents, most teachers, most educationists make this mistake. That is why Professor Gardner, who led this research, said when this came out many years ago, that it is very criminal and uncalled for to label a child deficient, or to label a child unintelligent, because he cannot perform up to optimal level of other intelligences, whereas it's good in this particular area. Very, very important. And another one is bodily or kinesthetic intelligence. This is big. This is also a big one. I remember, when we were growing up in Africa, if you want to go and play soccer, your parents will always send you back home and say, don't go and carry your book. Go and take your book and read. And again, please, I'm not saying that children should not be advised to go to school. Please go to school by all means. In fact, whatever you want to do, whether you want to be a singer, you want to be, a writer, or you want to be, whatever you want to be, just make sure you have education to it, because education is very important. But the point I'm making here is that there are some people that may not do well linguistically. They may not do well mathematically. They may not even know anything about songs. In fact, if they try to sing, you probably will block your ear because they have no idea about musical intelligence. But they are very good with their bodies. That is what is called kinesthetic or bodily intelligence. This is the ability and potential to use your body or parts of your body to solve problems. It is the capacity to use abilities to coordinate bodily movement. The people in this group will include sportsmen and women in various sports like soccer, football, tennis, basketball, swimming, and the rest of them. You and I know that some of the richest people today are the people that are entertaining us in this particular category. I mean, think of people like Messi, Lionel Messi, Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe. I mean, those who are, soccer players, you know those names already. I mean, I remember the people like, Segun Odegbami in the 80s. If you are old enough to know people like that, people like Mudashiru Lawal. Then we had other generations like Kanu Nwako, JJ Okocha, and the rest of them. Then, today we now have, younger generation of players like, if you're in Nigeria, you probably would know. Of course, if you don't have to be a Nigerian to actually know, Osimhen, one of the best strikers in the world. So these are guys that can use their body effectively. And if you follow women's soccer, you probably know people like Rasheedat. I love that girl so much because she's just a good ambassador of Christ. On the soccer pitch, she does devotions every now and then. Praise God. So, I mean, she's using ability. You see, what I said earlier, she's using a gift to talk about the love of God, which is fulfilling purpose. There are other soccer players, there are other tennis players, there are other basketball players who are just using their gifts, and they're just making money, which is good for them. We're not envious of them, but they may not necessarily be fulfilling purpose if it's just about them. But when you talk about Rasheedat, when you talk about people like Steph Curry, who plays for Golden State Warriors in Los Angeles, who uses a skill to serve God. You talk about people like Chris Paul, who said one time that he plays basketball for the Lord. People like Carl Lewis in his days when he used to be the world best sprinter. One time they asked him, they said, why do you enjoy running and sprinting? And he said, I'm running for the Lord. That is using your gift to fulfill God's purpose on the earth. So bodily and kinesthetic intelligence, that is the ability to use your body, part of the body, your hands, your legs, your body, your head, everything about your body to coordinate movements that will be a blessing. Today, studies are jammed all over the world. To go when people go there to go and watch people play soccer, they go to collisions to watch people play basketball, people play American football. I mean, to watch people play. Olympics just ended. That became one of the biggest gatherings of mankind in the same country. I mean, what a life! So, entertainers, and they're not useless. I mean, I remember some people were making jest of Nwako Kanu many years ago that he doesn't speak good English because he doesn't have the linguistic intelligence. But I think he told them, and I love what he said. Well, you that speak English, when you get to the bank on Monday morning, we know who's the boss. I love that. It just rubbed on your face, amen. So you can't just shame people. You can mock people because they don't have the kind of intelligence that you have, because they do have another intelligence that you don't have. It's very important, and those are the things that will help you maximize the potential of your gifts and your talents. All right? We'll continue from the other ones next time when we meet. Let me stop here today. Again, my name is Sam Ore, and I love you.